If you're over 60, watch this before you ever try dating online again. Hey there, come sit with me for a minute. If you're over 60, maybe widowed, divorced, or just tired of eating dinner alone, and you've been thinking about giving online dating a try, I need you to stop everything and watch this from beginning to end before you download a single app, before you make a profile, before you answer one message. I promise I'm not here to scare you away from love. I'm here to make sure you find it safely, because right now, in 2025, what's happening to people our age online is heartbreaking. Let me start with the cold, hard truth nobody wants to say out loud. In the last 3 years alone, Americans over 60 have lost $1.3 billion with a B, to romance scammers. That number comes straight from the Federal Trade Commission's 2024 report. $1.3 billion taken from grandmothers, grandfathers, widows, widowers, retired teachers, nurses, veterans, people just like you and me who simply wanted someone to talk to, someone to share coffee with, someone to hold their hand again. And the scammers didn't rob banks or break into houses. They did it with sweet words, fake photos, and lies whispered through a phone screen. I've seen it up close. My friend Joan, sharp as a tack, former school principal, lost $87,000 in less than 4 months to a man who called her my African queen every single day. She never met him, never video chatted. He said he was an engineer stuck on an oil rig, sent her poems, said he couldn't wait to retire and dance with her under the stars. And then his son got into a car accident and he needed money fast. And Joan, who just wanted to feel loved again after burying her husband of 42 years, sent it and then sent more and more until one day he was gone and her savings account was empty. Another friend, Richard, 72, retired Air Force, lost $230,000 to a woman who claimed to be a 58-year-old widow from Denmark. Beautiful photos, said all the right things, talked about God and family and how Richard was the answer to her prayers. Same story. Emergencies, frozen accounts, promises that the money would be paid back with interest once she got home. Richard died of a heart attack 6 months later. His kids found the bank statements. They had no idea. These aren't rare stories anymore. They're happening every single day, in every state, to the nicest people you'd ever meet. So why us? Why are people over 60 the number one target right now? Because we're trusting. We grew up in a world where a person's word meant something, because many of us have some savings, a pension, a paid-off house, because a lot of us are lonely and we miss having someone to talk to at the end of the day. And because most of us didn't grow up with smartphones and catfishing and crypto wallets, the scammers know all of this. They study us like predators study prey. But here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. Love after 60 is absolutely possible. It's happening all around us. I know couples who met on the internet at 68, 72, even 78 years old and are now traveling the country in RVs, dancing at weddings, spoiling grandkids together. The difference between them and the people who lose everything is just a handful of simple rules. That's it. So grab another cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let me walk you through everything you need to know so that if you decide to try online dating, you do it with your eyes wide open and your heart protected. First, let's talk about the red flags you can spot in the very first days, sometimes the very first messages. Red flag number 1, love bombing. That's the official term now, but it just means they come on way too strong, way too fast. Within a week, they're calling you my love, darling, soulmate, the woman, man I've been praying for. They're telling you they've never felt this way before, even though they barely know you. At our age, real attraction grows slower. We've both got history, kids, maybe grandkids, health issues, favorite recipes, decades of habits. People who are sincere know that and respect the pace. Anyone rushing you into deep emotional commitment in the first couple of weeks is following a script. Red flag number 2. They will not get on a video call. ever. You'll ask, and suddenly the excuses pour in. My webcam is broken. I'm on a ship and the internet is bad. I'm old-fashioned and shy. I'm in a war zone. I've heard them all. In 2025, if someone wants to talk to you, they can get on a video call from almost anywhere on Earth. My cousin's 92-year-old mother video chats with her great-grandkids in Australia every Sunday. There is no excuse. If they refuse video even once, you end the conversation. Politely say, I only continue with people I can see and hear live, and move on. The right person will have zero problem with that. Red flag number 3, the story keeps changing. One day he's an orthopedic surgeon in California. The next week he's on a UN medical mission in Syria. She told you she has 2 kids, then suddenly mentions 4. Pay attention. Scammers are juggling dozens of victims at once, and they forget what lie they told who. Red flag number 4. They take the conversation off the dating site almost immediately. They'll say, it's safer on WhatsApp, or I don't like paying for the site. The reason they want to leave the dating app is because the dating sites have fraud teams that can catch them. Once you're on WhatsApp or email or text, they're harder to trace and harder to report. Stay on the app until you've met in person multiple times. Red flag number 5. They're always just about to meet you, but something comes up. Plane ticket issues, visa problems, a sick mother, a business deal gone bad. They keep you hooked with the promise that next month everything will be perfect. Real people who want to meet you will make it happen within a reasonable time. Now let's talk about the single most important rule, the one that would have saved Joan, Richard, and millions of others. Never, ever, under any circumstances, send money to someone you have not met in person multiple times. Not a dime, not for a plane ticket, not for a sick child, not for a customs fee to release an inheritance, not for crypto investments, not for gift cards, because it's safer. Nothing. I know it sounds harsh. I know they'll cry on the phone and say you're the only one who can help and that they'll pay you back the minute they land. I know they'll make you feel guilty and selfish. That's part of the con. Real love does not require wire transfers, ever. If they truly care about you, they will wait until they can solve their own problems or until you've built a real-life relationship over months or years. Anyone who pressures you for money before meeting is not in love with you. They're in love with your bank account. Let me say that again because it's the thing that saves lives. No legitimate relationship that started online will ever need your money before you've spent significant time together in person. Now, I want to teach you 3 dead simple tricks to check if someone is real before you get emotionally invested. Trick number 1, reverse image search their photos. On your phone or computer, save their picture. Go to Google Images, click the little camera icon, upload the photo. If that same picture shows up on 10 different names, or it's a stock photo, or it belongs to some poor guy in Portugal who has no idea his face is being used to scam widows, you'll know instantly. Trick number 2, ask for a live photo with a specific pose. Say, I love seeing your smile. Can you send me a quick photo holding up 3 fingers next to your face right now? A real person does it in 10 seconds. A scammer can't because they're using stolen photos. Trick number 3, video call at a random time. Don't schedule it days in advance. Just say, I've got 5 minutes free right now. Want to say hi on FaceTime? Real people say yes. Scammers panic. Okay, enough about the bad guys. Let's talk about how to actually do this right and maybe find someone wonderful. First, choose the right apps. Skip Tinder and Bumble. Those are mostly for the kids. The best places for people over 60 right now are Silver Singles, Our Time, Stitch, and Senior Match. Some cost a little money, and that's actually good. It keeps a lot of the riffraff out. Facebook dating also has a surprising number of genuine people our age, and it's free. When you make your profile, be honest but smart. Use recent photos within the last year or 2. Smile. Wear colors that make you look alive. Don't put your full name, address, or exact birthday in your profile. Scammers scrape that info. In your bio, write about what you love. Gardening, dancing, your dog, your grandkids, soccer games, travel dreams, favorite music. Talk about the little things that make you happy. That attracts people who share your values. Avoid writing, "I'm tired of being alone," or anything that sounds desperate. You're not desperate, you're selective. When someone messages you, take it slow. Ask questions. Real people love talking about their kids, their hobbies, their favorite places. Scammers give vague answers or immediately turn the conversation to how beautiful you are and how they've never felt this way before. Once you've been chatting a few weeks and everything feels good, move to a phone call. Hear their voice, then a video call. Then, if you're comfortable, plan a coffee date in a public place during the day. Tell at least one friend or family member who you're meeting, where and when. Text them when you get home safe. My friend Margaret has her daughter track her location on the phone for first dates. Sounds extreme, but it gives everyone peace of mind. Meet in public every single time until you know this person very, very well. Coffee shops, bookstores, parks, museums, senior center dances. There are a million safe places. Never get in their car or invite them to your house on the first several dates. And please trust your gut. If something feels off, even if you can't explain why, it's off. We've lived long enough to develop strong instincts. Don't talk yourself out of them just to be polite. Let me tell you about two people I know personally who did everything right and found real love. First, there's Barbara, 69, widowed for 8 years. She joined Our Time, followed all the safety rules, and met Tom, 72, retired firefighter. They messaged for a month, talked on the phone every night, video chatted every weekend. First date was coffee at Panera. Second date was lunch and a walk in the park. 6 months later, they were engaged. Last month, I danced at their wedding. They're currently on a cruise to Alaska for their honeymoon, giggling like teenagers. Then there's Frank, 76, who lost his wife to cancer. He was on Silver Singles for almost a year, went on coffee dates with 8 different women, none of them clicked, but he never got discouraged. Then he met Diane. Same slow process, messages, phone calls, video chats, public dates. 2 years later, they bought a little house together near their grandkids. Frank says it's the happiest he's ever been in his life. That's what's waiting on the other side of doing this the right way. So here's your action plan. Simple and clear. Pick one senior-friendly app and make an honest, happy profile. Talk to people, but keep it on the app until you video chatted multiple times. Never give money, ever. No exceptions. Verify photos and stories before you get attached. Meet only in public. Tell someone where you're going. Trust your gut. Be patient. The right person is worth waiting for. You deserve companionship. You deserve someone to laugh with, travel with, share sunsets with. You've earned it after everything you've been through in life, but you also deserve to keep your savings, your home, your peace of mind, and your dignity. So promise me, promise yourself that you'll follow these rules. Print them out if you have to. Read them every week. Share this video with every friend, neighbor, sibling, or church member over 60 you know. Love is still out there for us. Real love. The kind that doesn't ask for your banking password. I'm rooting for you with my whole heart. Take care of yourself out there. And if you do meet someone wonderful, come back and tell me about it in the comments. I can't wait to celebrate with you.